Hello, it's Buddha the Fisherman again here with another video. Now last week I talked about the different types of reels. I said I had a bait casting and a spin casting reel. This week I'm actually going to talk about each different one. Now there's 3 different types of reels. I didn't mention one because I didn't have that one until here recently. So for visual connection between the words, this right here, this is a bait casting reel. Okay, this is something a lot of the pros mainly use as a bait casting reel. This is a spin casting reel. It's an open face spin casting reel. Now I say open face spin casting reel because the one I'm going to start talking about is also a spin casting reel. This is a closed face spin casting reel. Now this one differs from the open face spin casting reel because it's got this on it. It's easier to use. It's really easy to use. This is what I started out on. This is what my brother started out on. It's, I wouldn't say it's just for kids, but if you want to get your son or daughter or niece, nephew, whatever, into fishing, it's a real good one to start out on. And all the little kids packages like Barbie or Cars or X-Men or whatever, they're spin casting reels. They're these. This button is the fishing line release. Basically what you do is you press this and then you cast it out and line's going to come out. Okay, now whenever it hits the water you start to reel in, and I want you to listen very carefully. Did you hear that pop? That pop was resetting this so no more of this line comes flying out of your reel when it's just sitting in the water. So let's reel that line back in real quick. This, I believe, it's a Zebco. It's a Zebco 33. Zebcos make good reels, good starting reels. They're cheap too. This, I believe, my best friend Thomas Ritter. Thank you, by the way, for letting me borrow this. This is actually his reel because I didn't own a closed face spinning casting reel. I gave mine away a couple years ago. So thank you, Thomas, again. I think he paid $30 for this, $20, $30. I can't remember. We went to Walmart and bought this, and that's where I got my my bait casting reel, which I'll talk about in a later video. So he bought this, a rod, and something else, and it all totaled up to be about $80-something, I think, altogether. So this it's called a closed face, but the spool in it is just like the spin casting almost. What happens is, let's take this up. This right here is called a bell. Underneath it, if you look, you'll see the red. The line, for some reason, is called Cajun line 10 pound. I'll explain line weight in a minute. But you see the red underneath this gray part right here? That's the line. That's the spool. That's what holds the line within this reel, within this case, I guess you could call it a case. It keeps it to where it don't get dirty, it doesn't get abrasive so easily and whatnot. Now you'll see these little prongs outside of the little bell here. That's what catches the line and puts it on the spool. So let's put this back on here. That's what makes it to where whenever you cast this out and you start reeling it back and retrieving it, that's what makes the line come back on the spool. See? Those little things sticking out catches that and makes it come back into the bell there. Now, you can't do a lot of the stuff you can do with a bait casting reel with this. You can't do a lot of the stuff. Finesse fishing is what a open face spinning casting reel is normally used for. You can't do a lot of that with this. This is just for beginners, people trying to get back into it. Just sitting there on the edge of the bank, which is what I mostly do. I sit on the bank and just fish. My buddy Thomas, him and his dad use a boat most of the time. which is why I got to get this back to him by the end of the week. So he's going to get some reels fixed up and everything. So the three main types of reels are closed face spinning, open face spinning, and then bait casting. Now, there is other kinds of reels. You're not going to use these kind of reels for like saltwater fishing. This little one, you're not going to use it. You won't see any closed face spinning reels for saltwater fishing. Saltwater fishing is big fish. You'll see spin casting, different types of open face spin casting. You'll see different types of bait casting, but they're not going to be this small. What saltwater reels use for big fish, okay? Saltwater is big fish, big game fish. So these reels are not going to cut it. For saltwater, you're going to need, I've seen reels this wide, bait casting reels this wide, that big, yards and yards and yards of wine, yards of wine on it, yards of line on it. We're keeping that in, by the way. I'm not going to edit it out. Might as well keep it. But anyways, this is a closed space fishing reel. People, I need coffee or I need to get some sleep. It's a closed face spinning reel. Now, I mentioned earlier this says Cajun line 10 pound. 10 pound line, it just basically means that's how much strength it takes to pull apart this line, to break. 10 pounds of pressure. If I was to take this line and pull it apart at 10 pounds of pressure, it'd snap in half. Now, if you got a fish in the water, a 5 pound fish in the water is gonna feel different than a 5 pound fish out of the water. Keep that in mind. They're both 5 pounds. But let me tell you, a fish is a lot stronger out of water than it is above water. It's heavy out of water, but it's strong in water. Okay? So keep that in mind. Know what you're fishing. Okay? If you're fishing for catfish, use a little bit heavier line unless you're, unless you're not hunting for monsters. If you're out there trying to get some food, get some catfish for a fish fry, man, throw on like 18, 16 pound test, go out there, have fun. Put some stink bait on the end of that line and just go all out. Catfish love stink bait for some reason. I personally don't like stink bait. It stinks. That's why it's called stink bait. But know what you're fishing. Know what you're fishing for. If you're fishing for crappie, you're not going to want a 50 pound test braided line. You're not going to want that for crappie this big. No, it's overkill. You can catch it on a 50 pound test, but you're not going to want to. See what I'm saying? So, again, this is a Zebco 33 closed face spin casting reel. It's great for kids. Perfect for kids. It's easy to use, easy to learn. You press the button, you cast, line comes out, you reel it back in. That's all there is to it. This is used for fishing, okay? There's no technique to it. No technique whatsoever. You could pitch it underneath docks, stuff like that. I probably wouldn't. Just because of the simple fact, I mean, it's too easy to use. It's really too easy to use. It has 5 ball bearings, and it is a 4.1 to 1 ratio. Now, what that means is, when you cast it out and you start reeling it in, that bell that I showed you earlier is going to spin 4.1 times, one turn of this handle. So we're going to take the top knob, spin it around once. That bell in there spin 4.1 times every one turn of this. Okay, that's what that means. Now, the ball bearings is somewhat important, and it's somewhat not. 5 ball bearings. The more ball bearings, the smoother this spinning action is going to be. It's going to feel. The smoother this is going to feel. The more ball bearings, the smoother this is going to feel whenever you're reeling it in. So Zebco makes a good product. 5 ball bearings, 5.1 to 1 gear ratio. That's decent. That's pretty good. That's I would say normal speed. I guess it's not exactly quick. It's not exactly slow. And another thing about this one, this Zebco, you can make it for left-handed kids. left-handed people. You can unscrew this and then put this on the other side, and you can fish it left-handed if you're left-handed, which is really good for I was gonna say ambidextrous people, but they're not really left-handed now, are they? Or are they? But yeah, you can throw this on the other side if you're left-handed, more comfortable, or if you're more comfortable with using your left hand, which is different. With the open face spinning casting reel, it's all left-handed. Okay, so this open face spin casting can be for right-handed, but I've always done it the way it is. It's for left-handed people. It comes naturally that way to me. I don't know if you can make bait casting reels switch between right hand and left hand because of the way that they're made. I don't know. I'm right-handed, so all my stuff's going to be in right hand except for my open face spin casting reel. So there was something else I was going to talk. That's it right there, the drag. Okay, you see this little knob? See this? This is called a drag switch, drag knob. Okay, you make it go all the way over to the minus, and it's easy to pull. Okay. Now let's leave out a little bit. You take it all the way to the right, to that plus, and this fishing line is not going nowhere. Okay, you don't want that. So you might think, oh hey, the fish can't get away if the line's not moving. No. Okay, do not do that, because that fish is going to pull, and it's going to pull, and it's going to pull, and then your line's going to snap, and then you're going to be left with no fish and a broken line and a lost lure or bait. That's never good. So you want to have it somewhere in the middle. Have your drag basically anywhere from 1/4 to 1/2 of what the pound test is. Okay, so let's say 10 pound. What's a fifth? What's a fourth of 10 pounds? What's half of 10 pounds? 5 pounds. So what you want to do is you want to have that. You want to have your thumb on the drag, and you want to pull this line until you feel like you're pulling about 5 pounds. 5 pounds of pressure. So it's about right there. That's what I feel like is 5 pounds of pressure. That way, I know that at least I have a couple of pounds to work with before my line snaps. I'm not going to try and catch a 20-pound catfish on this line. For one, it's factory line. I always re-spool my my reels with line that I buy. I never use factory line. In my experience as a fisherman, and I've been fishing since I was 5-6 years old, factory line has always broken more easily. It's always broken more often, and it has lost me a couple of good sized fish. So again, closed face spin casting reel, great for beginners, great for little kids, really great for little kids. I would recommend, if you've never fished a day in your life, I would recommend picking up one of these. The Zebco 33 closed face spin casting reel. It's only $30, $20-$30, maybe a little bit more, maybe a little bit less. I don't remember the price. Good quality reels. Zebco is a good company. All right, so that's it for this video. I'm Buddha the Fisherman. Go outside today, tomorrow, sometime. Take somebody that you love fishing. Take somebody that you know loves fishing. Go ahead and give this video a like, subscribe. Help me teach other people how to fish. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to help you learn how to fish, help you get back into fishing, teach you the things that you may already know but forgot a little about it, or maybe you're just now learning for the first time of how to fish. Go just help somebody fish today. Fishing is an amazing sport. It's fun to be outside and just be able to reel in that big fish or even a small fish. I love catching them all. Big fish, small fish, don't matter. It's still a fish. It's a fish in a boat. That's a fish on land. That's a fish on my hook. It's fun. I don't care who you are fishing. It's fun. So go out. Take somebody who loves fishing. Take somebody who loves to fish. Fishing. They will love you forever for it. It's a great moment. go fish. It's been Buddha the Fisherman. Have a nice day. I didn't know if I mentioned this in the video prior. It was an afterthought after me and my brother got done filming this all. I'm gonna do a separate video with my spin casting, open face spin casting reel, and then I'm gonna do another video with this. I was just having them here and showing you the differences between the three. And in my next video or two, I will probably mention the other reel that I don't have here. It's for fly fishing, which I have never done. So again, take somebody out fishing. They'll love you forever. Peace out.